Good evening, everyone. It's Ignacio Montoya, Chief Scientific Officer of HINRI Labs. Tonight, I want to give you all a quick update of my personal neurorecovery and the recent breakthroughs that I've had in the clinical trial that I'm currently participating in, but also just an overall overview of this quest we've been on to reverse paralysis. Just in the last 2 months, the neurorecovery, the functional gains, the new sensations that I've had have been absolutely incredible, to say the least. I'm now able to activate my quads, my hamstrings. For the first time in these last 7 years, I've been able to voluntarily control muscles below the injury level of my spinal cord injury. Even after each session, I am sweating like crazy. I've had to change my shirt 2 and 3 times during the sessions, and afterwards I've been so hungry, so thirsty. My blood circulation has gone up. I'm no longer feeling cold. I'm now able to regulate my temperature, which is something brand new. And these have just been small breakthroughs that have been accumulating little by little, with the ultimate goal of course, being able to stand, take steps, and leave the wheelchair behind. But before I go on, I have to say that none of this would have been possible if it weren't for the 2 years that I had access to the Lokomat in Ross's house. When I had access to the Lokomat, at the same time I was studying my master's of biomedical engineering, which incredibly I graduated number 1 in my class at Georgia Tech. And during those 2 years and that program, I developed a protocol which is a 4-4-4, 4 hours a day, 4 days a week for 4 months, non-stop, of being on this Lokomat, of walking with 100% weight bearing. And what that did for me was activate my spinal circuitry so much so that I was able to change my prognosis or my neurological function from a complete to incomplete. And that is something that has never been done before. Just last year when I went to Chicago to get evaluated and to see if I even qualified for this clinical trial that I'm currently participating in, they told me that I was an Asia B incomplete spinal cord injury, when for the 6 years before then I'd always been categorized as a complete spinal cord injury, meaning that I have no sensation or function below the injury level. And that can only be attributed to those 2 years, those 650 miles, those 2 hours in the mornings and 2 hours in the evenings of walking on the Lokomat. And that, ladies and gentlemen, could have only been possible because of your support. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart because of that opportunity and because of this one. Just last week, I was able to walk 1,204 steps in San Francisco using a revolutionary exoskeleton, which is only the next step in this continuum of care. It's now about not just about walking over the treadmill, but now walking over ground, walking in the community, and activating new sensations and functions that have never been thought possible. Of course, I did the 1,204 steps to commemorate the accident that happened on December 4th, 2012. Those steps were only the first steps of many more that I plan to take on this quest and on this journey to leave the wheelchair behind and to reverse paralysis. In the next coming weeks, I am going to be applying for the PhD in neuroscience here at UCLA, working with Dr. Reggie Edgerton, the father of neuromodulation, the leading expert in all around the world to reverse paralysis. He's going to be my professor, and he's going to help me in this quest to dig deeper, to dive deeper and to transform the quality of life for individuals living with paralysis here in the U.S. and ultimately around the world. I want to thank you once again for your support. And again, none of this would have been possible if it weren't for you. Thank you, and have a great day.